Welcome back once again to Dave's Diary Updates. Just had the courier driver arrive and standing there trying to think what the heck it was that I've just received. Opened up the package and I'm going, oh, that's right, I forgot about them. But it was something that I wanted for a wee while, and now they have arrived. And it is, let me build the suspense. Hang on, let me wriggle one out of the bag. And it's these. Now let's just put them down on the tabletop here. It is a 8mm thread. It has a spring-loaded ball in the end of it. Not really necessary for the use that it's going to be put to. But and it has got a hex key, Allen key fitting in it. So let's just, hang on, off screen. Let's just wind it into the machine standoff, the no wriggle pin. And I can put it in there like that. Let's have another little bit of a, I'm just blowing the crap out of the holes. It's both a good thing and a bad thing, these holes, in this situation. The bad thing is, well, there's crap in the holes. The good thing is there's no crap on the top here because you can brush it off the surface and it gets trapped down there. Anyway, I can put these pins in the hole like this. It's not going to work too well in this scenario. Now let me go get my set of Allen keys and find which one's appropriate. Least sized. Is it that one? Yes, why yes it is. And now, by being able to turn the Allen key around, no, it doesn't make sense in this scenario. I can actually jack the bench dog up. Now you can't see it lifting, but I can just see it lifting. Whoops, it's lifting now. It was lifting and then it stopped. But I can actually set them at a particular height for, well, bench dog usages. So I can butt things up against them. The main idea there is, let's just get that out of there. Oh, that was another thing. Production value on this video, 0. Idea being talked about, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Anyway, I can wind that out a little bit. Right, come with me. I'm just coming across here to get one of the ones that have got a little bit more fiddle room, just a 1/10 of a millimetre difference in size. The point is that once the thread, again, production value, it absolutely stinks. Oh well, I'm just making one of the things up off screen, so if you bear with me for that in position. But there we go. I'm back. That's the wriggle, the one that's got a little bit of movement, so I can drop it down in here, and because it can fit down below the surface, in this case because I've got a 25mm there, I can now wind the pin down and it lifts my bench dog up to whatever flaming height I want it to be, and now I can use that to butt up against. Once I'm finished with it, withdraw the grub screw or whatever you want to call it, drops down out of the way, keeping the crap out of the hole. Not that that's going to be much of a imposition. So yeah, that is something I've been looking for, or looking forward to having for a wee while. So that's nice and flush. Run your timbers backwards and forwards. You want to do some planing or something, just wind it up to whatever height is beneficial to that something. It's in place, done. If you want to take them out, they are preset, and you can put them in a container until such time as you want to pop them back into place, and then you've got your stop there again. I think that's a good idea. I bet you other people have done exactly the same or similar thing. I'd already made some prototypes of that, and I'd just got a wee bit of threaded dowel and put it in there and just put a little straight cut with the grinder. Very imprecise it was too, just so I can get going to cough. Just so I could get a standard screwdriver, straight tip screwdriver in it. So that's a good thing. I'm also contemplating trying to find the longest of these standoffs I can find is 40 millimeters, and I might grab a few of them because I will be using 25 millimeter panels on occasion, and that 35 mil is just a little bit short from what I want, so that extra 5 millimeters can benefit. Don't know what else I'm going to use these for, but as I say, they've got the spring-loaded ball on the end of it for detent, sort of running it into position. It's not too bad. Badly sprung, just pushing it up and down. The idea there, I suppose, you could run it along until it reached your point of indent and locate, but yeah, probably not an issue for what I'm doing in my workshop. Yeah, well, that was good. That was good to get those, get them to arrive, having them delivered. So now I can fiddle with them and see just how much use they're going to get. One of the things is there I can screw them down when they're the no wriggle pin and help to lift the pin out so I can extract the darn things. But yeah, yep, like the idea. So that's a plus. I've got some other screws coming, and that's why when the courier says, "Oh, they're screws," and I thought, well, couldn't feel any head on them. Forgot that I'd order these. I've got some flat-headed screws because I want to make a jig up that I can cut these on a 45 degree accurately, and then with the flat-headed screw, it means that it won't interfere, like the thickness, overall thickness, can be inserted into two 18 millimeter panels, and they sit below the surface, but they are a locking, will have a locking feature because of the cut that's on a 45 degree angle, and turning the screw wedges them together, ties the two panels together, or with a longer bolt can actually tie something down onto the two layers. The locking part obviously locks in place, and I can hold down whatever is required to be held down. Well, that was the logic. I can anticipate that being beneficial. That way you can use the heft or the weight of the two layers to clamp down on it, and it should work well. And if it doesn't, well, hey, what it is like when you've got CNC machines and you want to locate a panel. I don't have a CNC machine. I'd love a CNC machine. I'd love to have the garage to put the CNC machine in. I don't have. Yeah, you get the scenario there. But, they've got what I've called fingers. They hold down the item, and they've just got a bolt pulling them down. Well, in my setup, I don't have any of those bolt threaded inserts. They're coming, but I don't have that. And I thought, well, if I don't have to rely on them, because it's a big job to try and insert have threaded inserts in, why can't I just make use of the holes that I do have, lock the pin in place, and tighten down the finger or whatever the clamp. It's an idea. It seems to make sense to me when I was thinking of it. The practicality is, just a wee update on this. Disappointingly, you actually notice all this chip that has escaped from my cuts. It would seem that the custom wood dust, being lighter, is able to be extracted and reasonably well confined into the extraction system. But the chip that's got a little bit more weight and comes flying off, maybe not so well constrained. I do think that the better extractor will make a difference. Great. But how much? And that's where I'm in a wee bit of a dilemma still. To this day, I am. Which one to go with, the 2 horsepower or the 3 horsepower? Overpowering something, is that possible in this scenario? There's no monetary penalty worthy of making a decision one way or the other. 3 horsepower extraction, yeah. Is it going to be too powerful for this? And I don't think the answer is yes. It won't be too. Won't know. Well, how do you work? English is so confusing. The 3 horsepower would be great, but I'm just hesitant. It's a much bulkier unit, so that's an impediment. It's got twin bags on top and bottom, no other filtration system, but yeah, I would like a wee bit more suck on that. Okay, more pondering. I'm going to make a cabinet arrangement here. I cut the holes out so that the verticals can have the pipe run through it, and blow me down when I was doing it, and I was just using just a bit. When I went through, it blew the laminate off the bottom side of this. So I'm gluing it down. And here's a wee tip. When you have glue, when you're gluing up like I have, in fact I might just take it off now, it's been a wee while, and you want to hold down with some boards like this, and there's glue squeeze out, put a little bit of sawdust on top of it. It may not be pretty, but it will stop the board that you're clamping, these wee ones, from being glued. And then just a wee bit of a clean up, and we're ready to go. Better than, there's a whole bit that blew out, so the glue can't have been very good. Well, you get that on these big jobs. But anyway, we're going to make up the cabinet and throw some shelves in. I'm just going to restrict it to between the 2 power points. Not that that's a real issue, but restrict it there, because the other day when I was working around this area and I bent down and I hit my head on the corner of the shelf, and it was a bit of bloodletting, so darn it. So I decided, let's move the shelf in so I can't bang my head, which is, well, I probably can if I really, really set my mind to it. But so the shelf's going to come out here, in here somewhere. I don't know. Gives us a break. But we might just angle the pipe out so that it can go round and run up the face of the shelves, rather than what I was going to do and have it pushed back and then running up the back of it. The point is there, I can change my mind. It would be neater sticking out the back, but because it's behind the shelf, it might be harder to put a pipe onto when I'm wanting to use it for the drill press. Yeah, nuisance. Other option, rotate it back and put in, why aren't you looking where I'm pointing? Come on, people. The other option is to, hang on, I don't know, I can't pull it out with one hand, but to spin this whole thing around so this side can be rotated up against the wall, and then put a T-piece into it, so that it is where I connect into my the vacuum system for collecting the muck from the drill press. That's a serious option, so I might have a look at that as well. Rightio, going back inside, finishing a cup of tea, and I'll pop out here in half an hour's time and do a little bit more. I actually have space, and that's going to get better. Everything I do from now on is a step forward to regaining the work area. It can't happen quick enough as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. Right here, that's it. Going back inside, only to come back out here again. Okay, see you in the next one now. Bye.